Hi, Phyllis here from southernfrugal.com. Today for lunch we're going to have some smothered chicken tenders. Now, it's my version of chicken Marsala, and I again tell you it is my version, but it's the way we like it, so I'm going to show you how I fix that. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is heat up a skillet with some oil, and then I'm going to add butter a little bit later. There you go. So I'm going to go ahead and heat this skillet up. Put just enough oil to cover the bottom. Once that gets hot, I'm going to add some butter. Now, I want to dredge my chicken tenders, and by the way, this is enough for us to have 3 meals from it, so I'm going to fix it for us for lunch today. Then I'm going to freeze a bunch of it for 2 other meals. So I've transferred my chicken tenders to a plastic bag, and I'm going to add about half a cup of flour. I'm going to also put a whole bunch of salt in there, right on top of the flour. And I'm going to seal up that bag with the air in it. And just squish it all around. Alright, now my chicken tenders are all coated. Alright, we're going to wait until this gets a little hotter, and I'm going to put some butter in there. Now the oil in the pan first will help the butter really not to burn. Alright, I believe that's getting hot, so I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of tablespoons of butter. And you want to cook these chicken tenders slowly, really. And you want them to be just a little brown, but you also want them to be done. And so, after they get done, we're going to add some chopped mushrooms, 2 chopped onions. And we're going to sprinkle that with a little garlic once the onions and the mushrooms are pretty well done. And then after that, we're going to add some red wine. And after that's reduced down, we're going to add some heavy whipping cream. And all this, along with the chicken tenders, will be served over some broken fettuccine. I'm going to break it in little sections about maybe 2 inches long. Alright. Looks like my skillet is pretty well hot now, just barely simmering a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken tenders. Now, I coat my chicken this way because I just don't like the mess of dragging it through flour and it drips all over everything and what have you. So now you want to shake off as much of the flour as you can get off. You just want them barely coated. So I'm just pulling them up and shaking them in the bag. And this again would be enough for 3 meals for us, or it would actually feed 6 people. Now this is a great meal when you have company, because you can actually fix it ahead and it will still be delicious even after you rewarm it. It will still be delicious. We'll just serve it maybe with a little salad, maybe some small peas, small little green peas, that works. And some kind of bread. Alright, we got a lot of chicken tenders here. These were on sale this week at Vallow, and pretty much always buy my meat and chicken and even fish or shrimp when it's on sale. And that sort of determines what we're going to have to eat for the week. Okay, I think that's all of them. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So that would certainly be enough for 6 people because you really only need 2 chicken tenders per person. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and slice up the onions, clean off the mushrooms and slice those, and finish browning my chicken tenders, and we'll be back. Okay, my chicken tenders are browned now. I'm going to take those up in a little bowl and set them aside. Oops, that one kind of going to stick a little. Got a spatula. By the way, I got this little spatula for $1 at Dollar General, and it works great because it's got a straight edge. It's not curved, and it works great on this Gordon Ramsay stainless steel skillets. This works great. Now I'm going to add a little more butter to my pan. And I'm going to add the 2 chopped onions. See my butter. I'm going to turn my burner down to medium-low. And I really coarse chopped the onions. So I'm going to saute those for just a little while. And after they saute for a minute or so, I'm going to add the chopped mushrooms. Now this is just one of those small little packs of mushrooms. Okay, it shouldn't take long for this. You see, you've got all that brown on the bottom of the pan, and that's what you're looking for because that's going to add to the taste. Alright, now with my onions on the bottom, just to help sweat them a little bit, I'm going to add a little salt. Not much, but just a little bit. To help sweat those those onions. Now once I put the wine in, I'm going to let it simmer and reduce down to at least half, maybe a little more. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go out to the garden and pick us some salad to go with this. We're also going to have some little crescent rolls that I've had frozen. I actually fix those little rolls before Thanksgiving, but they'll go well with this. And again, this is a great meal for company, okay, because you can fix it ahead and then just, keep it on the stove on low, and it'll be great. Okay, the onions have sweated down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put in my mushrooms and just let them cook for about 2 minutes. And I'm putting the mushrooms on top of the onions and just let it continue to cook. Now, after they've cooked a couple of minutes, we'll be back. My onions and my mushrooms have now cooked down, and the next thing I'm going to do is add garlic salt. I'm not going to use a whole lot, but you do need to use some garlic. So I'm just going to sprinkle that over it. And now we're ready for the wine. What I'll do is just mix this up a little bit. And again, this is on medium-low heat. Oh, it smells wonderful. The garlic just really adds to it. I don't use fresh garlic because frankly it's just too much trouble. And I really prefer the garlic powder. Now make sure you use garlic powder, not garlic salt. Okay. Ready to add the wine, and I'm probably going to put maybe 1.5 cups or 2 cups in here. And this is red wine. It's probably about 1.5 to 2 cups. All right, I'm going to let that reduce down, and I'm going out to the garden to pick us some salad. So we'll be back when this reduces down more than half, maybe even 3/4. We'll be back. All right, I have reduced my wine down to almost nothing really. Now I'm going to pour in the cream. That's heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to go ahead and use 16 ounces because this is going to serve 6 meals. So stir that up a little bit. And I'm going to let that simmer. Just barely coming to a boil. And I'm going to taste of my sauce and make sure that it's salty enough. And it is. All right, now I'm going to put the chicken tenders in right on top of it. After I get all these in, I'm going to put a lid on it and let it sit here. Now we've got the water boiling for the pasta, so I'm going to let this simmer, just barely on simmer, until the pasta gets done. And it'll be ready to serve. Now I've already picked my salad and washed it. And this is from our garden. That's baby spinach, kale, even some baby collard greens. And I do take the tops off the onions. I'll usually just break one leaf off because it'll just grow right back. I've even got a few radish leaves in here and some of my lettuce. See there, a little baby leaf. The dressing I'm going to put on this: 2 tablespoons of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of just clear corn syrup, a little bit of dill weed and garlic, and a little salt. I'm just going to drizzle that over the salad, mix it up real good, and that'll be the dressing. Okay, this is very good and very inexpensive to make, and it makes the salad taste just super. Alright, my water is boiling for my pasta, and my sauce here has started simmering, so I'm going to cut it way down on low and put a lid on it. Now, on my pasta, this is fettuccine. What I'm going to do is break it into about 2-inch sections. Right, about like that, see? Alright, I'll drop some of them. Okay. And I need a little more. Just remember, this is going to serve 6 people. Well, not 6 people, 6 meals. So I'm going to, it freezes very, very well. So I'll make it for us probably in another week or so, and then maybe another week or so goes by and we'll have the other. And all you have to do after it's frozen is just put it in the microwave on defrost for probably take it maybe 20 minutes to completely defrost and be ready to serve. Now we're also going to have some of the crescent rolls that I made for the Thanksgiving company, and I made a whole bunch, so we had these left over, so I'm going to warm these up. We're going to have those with the meal also. So it will be my version of chicken marsala over fettuccine, and we'll have a salad and some of the crescent rolls. So when all this is ready, we'll be back and I'll show you how I plate it up. All right, we're ready to eat. This is my version of chicken marsala, and I made it with chicken tenders, and that salad is from the little baby leaves in our garden. So I'm going to show you a close-up now. I'm getting ready to butter the rolls, and we're going to be ready to eat with iced tea also. Okay, there's the chicken marsala, my version, and I put it over fettuccine. Okay, and there's a close-up of the salad. The salads are so good. You can just grow this right in your backyard in a little plot, and you just can pick on it all winter long, really up until probably about May. Now these salads in the store, you can get them on sale for like $2.99. but mostly they're $3.99. So I told my husband, every time we have this salad, I'm saving you $3.99 at least. So anyway, there it is. Chicken Marsala, my version. All right, see you next time.